Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing a poor hand well. Sooner or later, everyone sits down to a banquet of consequences. I travel not to go anywhere, but to go. I travel for travel's sake. The great affair is to move. There is a fellowship more quiet even than solitude, and which, rightly understood, is solitude made perfect. It is not so much for its beauty, that the forest makes a claim upon men's hearts, as for that subtle something, that quality of air, that emanation from old trees, that so wonderfully changes, and renews a weary spirit. The world is so full of a number of things, I'm sure we should all be as happy as kings. To be what we are, and to become what we are capable of becoming, is the only end of life. You can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. Quiet minds cannot be perplexed or frightened, but go on in fortune or misfortune at their own private pace, like a clock during a thunderstorm. A friend is a gift you give yourself. That man is a success who has lived well, laughed often and loved much. Absences are a good influence in love, and keep it bright and delicate. The habit of being happy enables one to be freed, or largely freed, from the domination of outward conditions. Compromise is the best and cheapest lawyer. All human beings are commingled out of good and evil. To travel hopefully is a better thing than to arrive. An aim in life is the only fortune worth finding. There is only one difference between a long life and a good dinner, that in the dinner, the sweets come last. You think dogs will not be in heaven? I tell you, they will be there long before any of us. You cannot run away from weakness. You must sometime fight it out or perish. And if that be so, why not now, and where you stand? Keep your eyes open to your mercies. The man who forgets to be thankful has fallen asleep in life. It is one thing to mortify curiosity, another to conquer it. Fiction is to the grown man what play is to the child. It is there that he changes the atmosphere and tenor of his life. The difficulty of literature is not to write, but to write what you mean, not to affect your reader, but to affect him precisely as you wish. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. All speech, written or spoken, is a dead language, until it finds a willing and prepared hearer. We all know what Parliament is, and we are all ashamed of it. We are all travelers in the wilderness of this world, and the best we can find in our travels is an honest friend. Everyone lives by selling something. Marriage is one long conversation, checkered by disputes. The truth that is suppressed by friends is the readiest weapon of the enemy. Our business in life is not to succeed, but to continue to fail in good spirits. Keep your fears to yourself, but share your courage with others. It is a golden maxim to cultivate the garden for the nose, and the eyes will take care of themselves. To be wholly devoted to some intellectual exercise is to have succeeded in life. When I am grown to man's estate, I shall be very proud and great, and tell the other girls and boys not to meddle with my toys. No man is useless while he has a friend. Every heart that has beat strongly and cheerfully has left a hopeful impulse behind it in the world, and bettered the tradition of mankind. To forget oneself is to be happy. Man is a creature who lives not upon bread alone, but primarily by catchwords. We live in an ascending scale, when we live happily, one thing leading to another in an endless series. There are no foreign lands. It is the traveler only who is foreign. Perpetual devotion to what a man calls his business is only to be sustained by perpetual neglect of many other things. Marriage. A friendship recognized by the police. Politics is perhaps the only profession for which no preparation is thought necessary. There is no duty we so much underrate as the duty of being happy. By being happy we sow enormous benefits upon the world. To know what you prefer instead of humbly saying amen to what the world tells you ought to prefer, is to have kept your soul alive. For my part, I travel not to go anywhere, but to go. I travel for travel's sake. The great affair is to move. The devil can sometimes do a very gentlemanly thing. To be idle requires a strong sense of personal identity. Marriage is like life, it is a field of battle, not a bed of roses. The body is a house of many windows. There we all sit, showing ourselves and crying on the passers-by to come and love us. Everybody, soon or late, sits down to a banquet of consequences. I never weary of great churches. It is my favorite kind of mountain scenery. Mankind was never so happily inspired as when it made a cathedral. It's a pleasant thing to be young and have 10 toes. You can read Kant by yourself, if you wanted to, but you must share a joke with someone else.